Well, I got to a point where I thought I should stop now, but I didn't. I just kept going.
I felt really guilty.
It would be kind of shocking to me if I never knew it before, and she was with a lot of guys. Then I had to check up on her because she had the disease. I don't want to catch it.
It didn't mean anything after a while. We were just having sex to have sex.
If I don't want to do anything, you know, he doesn't have to pressure me into it, you know.
You get a girl pregnant, then you think, you know, you still think it's a game, but in a way you don't think it's a game because you know it's not funny anymore.
And I was with my boyfriend for 6 years, and you'd think that was love, but here I am by myself now, so you never know.
I guess there's more to it than just having sex. Obviously, there's some pretty serious stuff that goes along with it. There are some pretty serious emotional risks that happen when sex is the only way that people can relate to each other. And then there are the physical risks. If you are sexually active, you risk getting a sexually transmitted disease. The worst, obviously, is AIDS. You want a second opinion?
A person who is exposed to AIDS and gets AIDS has a death sentence hanging over their head.
The age range 15 to 24 accounts for 75% of the sexually transmitted diseases that are reported annually in this country.
I think a lot of people feel, I can't get AIDS, it's not going to happen to me, it's going to be the other guy.
1 out of 7 teenagers will get a sexually transmitted disease every year.
Kids, and teenagers especially, have a feeling of infallibility about them. And we have to be very careful to educate kids knowing that they are not infallible, that they can get sexually transmitted diseases, they can get AIDS.
Ultimately, AIDS will mark the end of the sexual revolution. There's no question about that. The question is, how long will it take for us to get that information across to everyone, and how many tens of millions of young, productive lives will be lost unnecessarily because of AIDS?
It sounds like the problems are real. But maybe we should get another opinion.
I think probably my biggest concern for our youth today is their great disregard for the responsibility of their sexual activities. In other words,
for reception to this rhythmatic lesson, message don't you be missing. Caught this jam session, so
when you say you love me, it doesn't matter.
It's just met.
We can't do that yet. When you say you love me, it doesn't matter.
We just met.
We can't do that yet.
Delirious but serious to think that while you're hearing this number, hundreds and hundreds of other people are wondering and blundering. What will the next day bring? Living from day to day, they can't sing like you or me, or be free from an STD.
You got cake, now you reign stupid game.
Next time you'll think.
It's too late for that statement. Waiting in the clinic when your case went out the window.
I'm sorry, you've got AIDS.
No more good to go. Now you're potent, more deadly than a Uzi. You confused, you woozy,
woozy.
Friends and neighbors going ooey, ooey.
Guilt if it ain't groovy. Second on the list is this girl that gets dissed. I fell affronted by love, but he was only a scrub. Gave a little hug and he slipped a little kiss to bust a move on his only wish. He was a V-E-T-E-R-A-N. That means way back when is where he began.
She was a V-I-R-G-I-N.
He broke out
after he broke her in. Now she's howling
and growling,
cause she's been dogged, hearing sounds like down the school hall.
He co-perpetrated, you're impregnated. You know what? I think you should have waited.
Sex is like wine, that life ends the mind, but done before time is like eating the rind of a lemon. Men and women, you see the trees, but not the forest. Kicking the chorus, please.
When you say you love me, it doesn't matter.
We just met.
We can't do that yet. When you say you love me, it doesn't matter.
We just met.
We can't do that yet. When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you say you love me, it doesn't matter.
We just met.
We can't do that yet. When you say you love me, it doesn't matter.
We just met.
We can't do that
Pretty
yet.
fun stuff, huh?
When you say you love me,
just remember,
it
though,
doesn't matter.
there's fantasy and there's reality.
It doesn't matter. When you
This is
say
an immune suppression unit, an AIDS ward. Patients here face a very stark reality. There are AIDS units and hospices in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco. But they're also in Little Rock, Toledo, most medium-sized cities across the country. These people, many of them young, are too sick to be cared for at home. Here, they can be made to feel a little more comfortable and hopefully die with some dignity. But they will all die.
There are times that it really scares me because, you know, with this virus, you can never tell what's going to happen. You can be fine, and then all of a sudden you can just catch something and, you know, catch pneumonia and get a real bad case of pneumonia, and you know, that's it.
I see a lot of people having sex both in high school and in college that they still are convinced that it's not affecting them.
Probably on an average of 2 or 3 times a week, we get people who are still in high school who have found out they're HIV positive.
5 years from now, if I'm still alive, I'll be sick and tired of waiting for a cure for AIDS.
The hard reality of AIDS is when your doctor tells you that you have an illness and there is no cure, number one, for what you have. No matter what we do, we cannot guarantee that you will live past 2, 3 years.
I never know if I'm going to see my daughter grow up.
AIDS is a very slow and painful way to die.
What it does is it just puts a complete stop on where your life is going.
My friend Steve just passed away. He was 24. He'd only had 2 sexual contacts in his life. One was his lucky number, and he was buried last January.
It should be great to see her graduate from high school and see her get married and everything like that, but
You never know. We might find something. I think we better not answer this one. Okay?